Welcome back, everyone, to this week's episode of Booking the Territory, the Unprofessional Wrestling Podcast, where today we are talking NWA Saturday Night on TBS from May the 6th, 1989. It's the go-home show before Wrestle War 1989, which is the third match between Flair and Steamboat. Doc and I will be recording, along with Silva, the pay-per-view in a few more days, and that will drop a couple of days after this. But for now, we're here to do the go-home show. Doc, we're waiting on Mr. Paperwork. He's a little late as usual. Texted us, said he's running late. At least we got a text saying he was running late, right? How you doing, man?
Well, I'm doing real good. We just wrapped up some patron content while we had the time. We're sitting here as we record this 24 hours out from the beginning of the wonderful, glorious NFL kickoff game. We just recorded our yearly picks. I got mine all right. You got yours close to right. And we'll just see how that plays out.
You know, you're talking about the NFL, but I got to be honest, man. I'm kind of hyped up for this nice slate of weekend college football where the ACC kicks off. I mean, we got a much better slate of college football this weekend than we did the last one. So yeah, very much excited. Look, man, people know me. I'm a goddamn football junkie. I'm an NCAA junkie for sure, and of course I like my Saints, and don't like Doc's Cowboys. But that's neither here nor there. You know, we're here to live, love, and laugh.
Hey, I'm telling you, having the NBA back, having a little bit of baseball, some hockey, the soccer teams, now football. That, man, when you're done with a day at the shoot job, whether you're having to go in and deal with germy-ass coworkers or you're sitting at home, and then you got your kids that are back in school, but they're doing it from home, man, you just need a game to watch in the evening. And so this is all good, man. And I'm just saying, I really do think this is the year the Cowboys go 16-0.
Of course. I've been watching the Stars, man. That's how bad it is for me, man. Sasha walked in the room the other night.
Everybody I know that doesn't watch hockey, and I'm kind of one of those people, has been like, dude, I'm watching the Stars game. And I'm like, yeah, I know, me too. Because it's just, you need some shit to watch that's not depressing or, right. At least, here's the deal. If everything's a work, at least sports is the work that we know and appreciate,
Well, yeah, like I said, I watched the Stars win that Game 7 in overtime, and then I've watched the first two Stars games in the conference finals. Our buddy Mikey in DFW, he's a big hockey fan. I see him tweeting about hockey all the time. I'm sure he can appreciate that. But yeah, Sasha walked in the room the other night and was like, "What is this white boy shit you're watching?" I was like,
whoa.
I was like, well, look, Vegas has a brother, so does that count? And she just kind of looked at me and kept walking. But anyway. Hey, real quick, shout out to Disrespectfully Classy, Mark E. Blassie, Kyle Riley, Mike Childry, Joe Weiss. Thank you for your generous patronage each and every month. Also, as I'm talking about that, and before I throw it to Doc for some 5-star reviews, we got Luke Jennings, new Patreon member from across the pond in the UK. Thank you, Luke. Enjoy all that extra Patreon content. Got that new pay-per-view coming up soon, so enjoy that. I know you said you were looking forward to diving into the world-class show, so have fun there, Luke. Thank you very much for signing up. And then Harry K., new Patreon member and new BTT Hall of Fame Patreon member. Harry, thank you for signing up, man. I appreciate it. We appreciate it, and enjoy all that extra content. Your support is greatly appreciated. And here's where I beg, ladies and gentlemen out there, this show is very time-consuming, but a lot of fun. But if you love what we do and appreciate it, and appreciate the fact that we're not shoving Don croutons and all this other unnecessary clippers and crap that people try to sell you as they're trying to dig in your pockets for this ad money. We don't do none of that here on BTT. We just bring you old school Southern classic wrestling and debauchery. And with that said, Doc, I think you got some stuff you want to talk about with some 5-star reviews. Oh, wait, hold on. tinyurl.com/Patreon BTT is how you sign up to become a patron. Again, tinyurl.com/Patreon BTT. If you can't find it, email me at bookingtheterritory@gmail.com and I will send you that link directly, or hit me up on Twitter at BTT_podcast. Doc, we got a bunch of 5-star reviews.
Well, we got a bunch of stuff to cover, but I did, based on being a patron, I heard that you guys, you called up the JV last Friday night to do a top 5. What was y'all's top 5?
2 Fridays ago.
2 Fridays ago. What was the top 5 for that?
Top five. Silva gave his top five sisters from the '90s, his ladies from the '90s.
Oh,
Yeah,
was
you
what?
wouldn't have
What?
done well on that one.
Well, Vivica A. Fox, 1 through 5.
No, you're missing out on the luscious and beautiful Nia Long.
What about who's that?
You don't. Never mind. Go ahead.
No,
Even Chris Sapita,
I
who is
probably know who she is.
who is one of our white brothers from Shreveport, Louisiana, and is a hockey fan. Even he was tweeting at Silva, brother. Nia Long is all the way live.
Is she the one from Friday?
She's in Friday. She's also in gosh, she's in so many movies. I think like I can name 10 of them. But yeah, she was in Friday.
She was the girl that Craig was trying to get with.
Yes, and she's also in The Best Man. And dude, Nia Long is ridiculous.
She ain't better than Vivica A. Fox.
Oh, she is.
No, she isn't.
You know,
you're hot.
Dude, you don't even like African American women. So what are you talking about?
You know what? They like me, and that's more important.
Have you ever had a sister hit on you? I want to hear about this.
Definitely.
No, you haven't. They look at you and go, "Look at this lily white looking, goofy looking bastard."
They look at me and say, "There's the white prize."
Okay.
All right.
5-star reviews. Come on.
Let me see if I can't get enough going here so that we can buy Harper enough time to get online. The first thing shout out I wanted to give to the Doc-A-Holic Spotlight at the moment of the week of the whatever. We had a tweet this week from Crispy Lettuce.
Yeah.
The wrestling uploader. And man, I think he speaks for a lot of people when he says, I don't want well-adjusted, normal people trying to create art through wrestling. I want alcohol and drug-addled outlaws who don't fit in anywhere else but on the fringes and just want to get your money by pretending to hate each other. Wrestlers are better than wrestlers. Man.
That speaks to our soul.
I got to take a drink to that.
Dude, get the Hennessy bottle out.
Yeah, buddy. Also, shout out to Rebby Hardy, who's always fire on Twitter, especially when her man gets a concussion down at the wrestling show and gets cleared to keep going. She's phenomenal on Twitter, huh?
I've still got a document somewhere in my BTT files where I was going to read her when they left Impact. I was going to read her Twitter line when she went off on TNA, and we never got around to doing it. But that freaking woman spits fire, and all I remember is her saying one of her tweets amongst about 20 just glorious ones as she torched TNA was "fuck that owl" as an anthem when Anthem had taken over. She goes off, and she is not a woman I would want to make mad. So AEW, you might want to get her on your side. I'm just going to say that, and we'll leave it at that. Right, Doc?
I wouldn't want to be on her bad side, that's for sure.
Jesus Christ.
She's probably waiting for Matt to get over that concussion so she can give him another one too, because she's hot at him. And then the other one, and I'm pretty convinced.
Harper's on. I'm dialing him.
All right. I'm pretty convinced that you are the Iron Sheik on Twitter.
I'm not the Iron Sheik.
Am I the only one that reads the Iron Sheik's tweets now and does it in Mike's Iron Sheik voice?
I read it in Sheik's voice when I read them. Like, that's what makes it funny. I literally read Sheik's tweets, and I read it in Sheik's voice.
Long time ago, fan of the show. Hey, Harper, how's it going?
Hi. Where the fuck y'all been?
That's exactly right.
Stop it.
Long-time listener to the show and friend Hulk's Head has been out there tweeting love for the show again. So hi to one of our good old friends. Fake Mike is just filthy. Your fake Twitter character has been filthy lately. I think I'm worried about him. And I'm not going to get into it, but if you remember Mad Max, the Vernon Maxwell from the NBA, I would say go give his Twitter a look at, because he's pulling cut wrestling promos on Oklahoma City and Salt Lake City. Now we got
5 stars.
3, count them, 3 5-star reviews. I'm pulling those up here in just a second. We need to hear what people have to say about us so that we can continue to incorporate that feedback into the show and continue to improve and get better. Now, we have somebody named Grant Scott Ellis. He wrote a 5-star review last week. Said, awesome. This brings back so many childhood memories. Man, what kind of childhood did he have?
I know, really, huh? The fuck?
Show us on the doll where you got touched, pal.
Stop. Can you just play it straight sometimes? Grant, that's his way of complimenting you and thanking you. But keep going.
What a great podcast. Mike, Doc, and Harper are fantastic at reviewing NWA old school wrestling. That's because we love it, just like you do, Grant. Sunday, this past Sunday, we had Twice Thou Two.
I don't know. I know who Grant Scott Ellis is from the Facebook group, so thank you, Grant.
Well,
I don't know who Twice Thou Two is.
Well, he says the territory is getting booked. The best wrestling podcast going today. I have been a member of the Army for a couple of years now. The show is great. Keep the great content coming. Circle, circle, dot, dot. Then we got JJJ897689. This one just came across the wire. It says great chemistry. The show really brings back great memories of days gone by, and this is a 3-man crew that actually works. I just wish the show was longer since it's so much fun to listen to.
So do I.
I'm gonna disagree with that. I've had it with these 3-hour podcasts.
What the fuck,
dude? These podcasts that are 3 hours long.
Everybody needs to get their shit in check.
Flips and dies, man. High and tight, brother. Like Harper always used to say, high and tight, man.
Yeah.
Hey, leave before they know you're gone. And that's the one thing. That's the one thing I have learned in 5 years. Less is more. And now that sports are back, you don't need to be on here for 3-4 hours. I got other shit to go do.
So I want to remind everyone, as Doc read those Apple Podcasts, iTunes 5-star reviews, like I said last week, you can also rate us if you use Podcast Addict. They have now a tab where you can rate us, so please do so. If you are an Android user and use Podcast Addict, there's a way to do so. And I want to thank Ryan Damon, Philip Allen, Dave, Jordan, Armbar Abbott, Rico Coleman, and Wild Arms 007 for all of their reviews on Podcast Addict. So please continue. Those were older reviews. That's why I'm not reading them all here. But please use the Podcast Addict app if you're on Android, and you can rate us there on Podcast Addict. So, Doc, anything else before we get into the main meat of the show?
Yeah, Harper, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing great, guys.
Do you
ready for some world-class championship wrestling from
you have
fucking
something?
Mighty Muffler?
Do you have something that you would like to,
Why?
I don't know, share with us?
No. What should I share, Mike?
I don't know what he's talking about. You got to ask him that, bro.
Why?
I don't know what he's talking about. What are you talking about, Doc?
I was just wondering. So if you, let's say that the show ends tonight and you decided to go out and some strange young girl came up to you, would you be able to, I don't know, go out with her tonight?
I guess. I mean,
what would your girlfriend say about that?
oh, no. Well, then, no, I couldn't.
Oh, okay.
Circle, circle, dot, dot, Brad.
Yeah.
Oh, man. This
Congratulations, Harper.
Yeah, he got him a girl during a pandemic. Now
I know, right?
Figure that out.
How you pull that shit off?
Because you're Harper.
Here it is. So that's great. You guys are so awesome together. How did you meet? During the
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, she's like, so where you do the podcast at? Like, from a house with Skype? Like, she's like, you don't go somewhere and do it? I was like, fuck no.
You don't feel it when I stick the microphone up your butt?
That's nice. Come on, Michael.
You know, it'd be different if we were all in the same city. We could actually do it in person.
Yeah.
Remember when he said a mouth is a mouth, bro?
It is, right?
That's when we said you were going to go around and blow all the patrons.
Yeah.
No.
It's like Vito.
Go ahead, Harper.
You're gonna go grease the union.
Go ahead, Harper. Give us the skit. We want to hear it.
Vito, big construction tycoon. Hey, Tony, when he said he was greasing the union, who thought this is what he was talking about?
Vito the bleep. I want to kill the fat fucker myself.
Yeah. Fuck it. I'll say it again.
What's there to think about?
Yeah, what's there to think about? You're gonna take
Son of a bitch!
Huh?
I feel like I've been stabbed in the heart. How much more?
That's it. Wait.
I feel like I've been stabbed in the heart.
Paulie, I feel like I've been stabbed in the heart. Son of a bitch! He was so outraged.
Poor little guys. They didn't have anything to do with this.
Oh man.
Go get yourself a sandwich. Buy yourself a Coke.
Yeah.
Somebody take you home when we're done. All right.
We got some therapy. We got the last episode left.
Of what?
Of The Sopranos. Me and the girl fucking started watching again.
Oh shit! So y'all about to watch? Y'all got to the last one?
Man, this shit's serious.
Yeah.
Boy, you watching Sopranos with her.
I know, huh?
Man. All right. Good stuff. All right. Doc, anything else? Harper, anything else? Or y'all want to get into Saturday night?
Let's roll.
Doc?
Yeah, it's gonna be hard, man, because I just watched the Wrestle War, so that's on my mind. But
There you go.
Yeah, this is the
Come on.
This is the go home show before Wrestle War, so we're talking May 6th, 1989, 41 whole minutes, and thank you, Jesus, for the 41 whole minutes. Okay.
Yeah.
You wanted to say something about the 41 minutes, Harper?
This is great. Thank you, Dale Murphy.
Braves baseball coming to the rescue.
Yes.
God bless.
At 263, you're going to hit with 29 homers and make you a borderline Hall of Famer is phenomenal.
Yeah, well.
Doc, look up their record in 89 real quick.
It's horrible.
I'm already on it, pal.
They're bad.
I got it, and then we're going to see what Dale Murphy did.
They were bad, bro.
Okay,
what we ought to do is have Harper look it up and see how many of the 1989 Braves I can guess. No.
While you're looking it up, let's go to the show opening, and we'll listen to JR run down what's going to happen, along with Michael Hayes running in to be interviewed before the at the top of the show. Here it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another exciting hour of World Championship Wrestling. Jim Ross with Hero Superstation, TBS, and Michael, tomorrow afternoon, my friend, you say you're going to do it on your own. The first major singles championship for the Freebird. Your chances in Nashville tomorrow afternoon against Lex Luger.
You know, first of all, let's get a couple things straight and understood real quick. Tomorrow afternoon in Nashville, Tennessee, history is going to be made. And when you put your money down on a bet, you want it on a money ball player. And when you talk about Ric Flair, do or die situation, I don't think there's a doubt in anybody's mind who to bet on. Well, I want my name down on that historical day. And it's going to be. Now, you know, Luger, you're a 2 times United States heavyweight champion. Michael Hayes has never had the United States belt. But Michael Hayes has never wrestled for the United States heavyweight belt. And another thing, Luger, you got to understand this. I've been a home-wrecking, rambling, gambling lover all my life. I break up a marriage and a romance just like I'm shooting dice, brother. And I'm going to shoot the thrill, and I'm going to be dressed to kill tomorrow because I'm sick and I'm tired. You know what I mean? This is my show, and I'm still suspended off of it because of him. When you come out here and you tell people that you've got what it takes and that I ain't got what it takes to take what you've got, you understand this tomorrow afternoon in Nashville. Just you and me and the DVT. I'll do it all by myself. I never needed Terry Gordy. I never needed Buddy Roberts. I'm the only Freebird. And when I walk, shut up. When I walk out with the U.S. title, you just remember this, Luger. If it wasn't for people like you, there wouldn't be people like me.
All right, fans, those comments from the challengers, and now let's go up to Rhubarb Jones.
Harper, before we get back to the Braves, is he quoting a song there?
Two different
when he's talking
songs.
about?
Yeah, 2 different songs.
I knew it. I just had no clue what it
I mean,
was.
Shoot the Thrill. It was the AC/DC song. And what's the other one, Doc?
Ramblin' Gamblin' Man is Bob Seger. Early Bob Seger.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a hot jam.
Well,
And he was great. Michael Hayes was great there.
he gets my Rolex.
He is
I knew-
breaking up
yeah.
marriages, romances, like he's shooting dice.
That was great.
Look, that line, if it weren't for people like you, it wouldn't be people like me. That wouldn't work today, but that shit was good 30 years ago.
What do y'all think about his hair all slick back?
I don't care. He was awesome.
He looks like a sleazeball, which is what he was. So
He's got his slick back so that he means business. It is go 30 down at the Wrestle War.
Yeah, I mean, he's going for the U.S. title. This is the second, largest, most prestigious title in the company and in the world. If you're, a WCW NWA fan, so hell yeah, I mean,
and I really
he's
do
blowing
like
and
that.
going.
I like the idea here. Last week, and it's going to be into this week, and certainly at the pay-per-view, he's a star, but he's a star under the Freebird umbrella. He's going for singles gold.
Yep, U.S. title.
Well, when does Garvin join?
Who's Garvin?
He is a couple months away, Harper.
Oh, yeah.
He still has a broken leg from Kevin Sullivan.
Yeah, he's a couple months. He's a couple months out. Not too far. He's a couple months out.
When's Sir Oliver Big Daddy Dink coming back?
How does he come back in '89? I don't really know. I don't remember.
When's JYD coming back?
90.
Okay.
Well, we haven't even gotten to JYD leaving, so why are you gonna say that?
Oh.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Do we need
the Braves? The Braves went 63 and 97.
There you go.
Dale Murphy is 33 years old, had 650 plate appearances, and hit 20 home runs.
What was his batting average?
228.
Damn, that's not good.
God bless you, Dale Murphy and the Braves, though. We got a 41-minute, 52-second episode.
The real superstar was on the bench. Ron Gant, buddy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Budding superstar. And to tie it to wrestling, he's the guy who was hanging out with Beulah McGillicuddy and ran into Raven, and Raven was like, "Hey, you ever think about getting into wrestling?"
Bet you didn't know that, Mike.
He said that before. We've talked about this before.
Now, the 89 Braves did have Glavine and Smoltz on it, but this was in their super duper infancy. Yeah. And so Glavine did go 14 and 8 that year. Smoltz went 12 and 11. But Zane Smith, remember we had a Zane?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, this motherfucker went 1 and 12.
That ain't good. Fuck.
No, yeah.
I could have done that.
Right. So there you go. Little 89 Braves baseball. Go Braves.
We make fun of this thing and we like to have fun, but back then when Braves baseball cut our wrestling an hour short, we were pissed.
Right.
Yeah.
Skip Carey comes on doing play-by-play, and you're like, this team sucks. He sucks. Everything sucks. I don't like Dale Murphy. This is bullshit. Why can't we watch 2 hours of wrestling?
This is some prime bullshit. Get these fucking scabs and scrubs off my TV. I want my wrestling.
Of course.
But when you're in your 40s, 41 minutes of wrestling seems great.
That sounds like a gift from Jesus.
It's the perfect.
It is.
Well, here's the thing, though. When you're a kid, that's why you can sit and eat a bag of candy. You don't know what anything means. You don't have any concept of time or value of things.
Yeah. Corn syrup and food coloring.
Yeah, you don't. When you're a kid, you don't think about you can put that on a butthole and do circle, circle, dot, dot, right, Harper?
What?
I fucking know what I love? Fucking circus peanuts. Everyone's like, those things are fucking gross, man. I love circus peanuts.
You dip them in chocolate, so to speak?
No, come on. See, Mike, it always goes back to the butthole.
Well,
don't blame us, you son of a bitch. You're the one who started circle, circle, dot, dot. This ain't got nothing to do with Doc and I.
We're family, man. We're family, man. What's your problem?
Nothing.
Okay. Any other thoughts on? Did we finish talking about Michael Hayes, Doc?
Yeah.
He was awesome there.
Yeah, he was. Rick Steiner with Missy Hyatt defeating Max MacGyver. Steiner in that thing.
That music is so horrible.
I said, why is Rick Steiner's music so bad?
It sounds like I don't know, like you're expecting a clown to come out and make it balloon animals or something.
Pretty bad. All right. Let's go to Kevin Sullivan. He's going to cut a quick promo. He's going to say something that would likely get him canceled in 2020 if he were to say this. So here it is.
Kevin Sullivan, the coach of the varsity club. You cut some of Eddie Gilbert's hair last week.
And Missy the Maggot, first of all, every woman in America, listen to me. Women have no business in the wrestling business. Steiner, you are a fool. You see, at one time, you were a top-class athlete. What are you doing running around with a bubble-headed bleach blonde and a guy that thinks he's tough? Eddie Gilbert, you ain't tough, you ain't bad. And Eddie Gilbert, Missy Hyatt is nothing but a hindrance to you and a hindrance to a guy that was once a great athlete.
Well, let's see a couple of pieces of videotape, ladies and gentlemen. She certainly got your attention about 2 or 3 weeks ago. I'm sure you're still hearing ringing in your ears. Let's show a couple of pieces of videotape, and then we'll be back to speak with Kevin Sullivan.
All right, before we go to the rest of this, they show the replay of Sullivan getting potatoed or slapped across the face, paintbrushed by Missy, which, God, JR even was shocked. Any thoughts on what Sullivan said right there, Doc, about women have no business in the wrestling business? Women have no business in the wrestling business. I'm sorry.
Well, she's a valet, so I'm okay with that.
Wow. Harper, your thoughts?
I mean, no. He could say that now.
Yeah.
Could he?
Yeah, in a promo.
Hey, I'm not saying that women shouldn't have the right to play sports or be in wrestling. I'm just saying I don't want to watch it. I'm not saying that the WNBA shouldn't exist. I just prefer watching men play basketball to women.
Yeah.
Well, that's totally different than saying they shouldn't be in the sport. Yeah.
Well, he's a heel. What do you want him to say?
Oh, I agree. I'm not saying what he said was wrong there.
What he should have done then is turn to JR and said, what we need to do is create a more inclusive environment.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
And just let fucking everybody in the goddamn fucking door.
Like Marco Stunt?
Right.
Marco Stunt and
Orange Cassidy.
Right.
Who?
Can you imagine
I don't know.
Orange Cassidy?
oh,
Can you
okay.
I have not
Can you
watched
imagine?
I have not watched 2 full hours of AEW since it's been on. Combined.
Can you imagine? Like I heard Brock was a
I just
free
get
agent.
pissed and I can't.
Why would you?
It's like, how you talk about
I can't
the
wait
hate-
till we have.
the hate watching.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Yeah.
I can't wait till we have Cornette back on to talk about the end of Smoky Mountain. And I'm going to tell him straight up the one area where our show is better than his is that we don't have to watch that bullshit every week. And you know what? He's going to agree with me.
Can you Brock is like a free agent right now.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if he went to AEW and they?
It wouldn't look right. It would be like a
Well-
Bentley at a used car lot with like 2002 Ford Tauruses. It's like what the fuck are you doing here?
He would have to make sure that he got money whipped into coming and that he's never going to do anything ever again.
I want to see them put Marco Stunt in a ring with him or Orange Cassidy, and he might be in jail for murder. And that tells you everything you need to know about some of the folks there. Now, as I say that,
But if they put him in the ring with Drake Maverick, it would be the same problem.
I'm just saying, Drake Maverick is not a midget like Marco Stunt.
What about Brian Cage?
Well, that's what I'm saying. There's like people that are big enough, like Brian Cage is. I mean, that I would think that would be legitimate. I mean, they're both big guys.
And we got to stop talking about this new wrestling. I'm getting drowsy.
No, I'm getting frustrated too. All right, let's go to the second part of Sullivan's promo with JR. Here it is. After they showed the recap with Missy and him dragging Missy by the hair and all that good stuff.
You see it, ladies and gentlemen, she slapped you in the face, you grabbed her, you have no business putting your hands on that lady.
That isn't a lady, and first of all, she's the demise of Steiner. And Steiner, because of that, because you left the varsity club, I'm going to tell you one thing. I'm going to reach into your heart, and I'm going to play the blues, the miseries, and agony on your cockles of your heart. And one other thing. Tomorrow, the U.S. Tag Team belts will come back. And Missy Hyatt, I want you to listen to this real easy. I really liked it when you slapped me. I got goosebumps.
Oh, you're sick. That's what you are. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back. The heavyweight champion of the world, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, is coming up next.
Let me tell you, I like this because, you know, we all know that Steiner was with Sullivan at one point, and now he's saying that Missy is the weakness and the demise of him. And I don't know. I like the storytelling. This has been this had been going on for a long time. We can go back, over a year. So I thought this was good. Doc, what did you think?
He's always messing with people's women's,
Well,
but
he sure is.
at least he's not trying to like fuck their feet like Tony Atlas or something.
Wait, what?
I don't know if he wanted to bang their feet. It's just he had a foot fetish. He liked women standing on his feet or standing on his face with their feet and stuff.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, Tony Atlas has a weird foot fetish.
I never got the foot fetish.
I'm not like
we know you got
can't-
fetishes for other things.
You can't fuck it.
well.
Doc,
I mean,
follow up.
you could. I think you could like a skilled performer could envelop the penis like a hand.
Yeah, but there's a vagina just up that foot, up the leg. There's a vagina that fucks a lot better than her fucking size 8 fucking foot.
Yeah, I mean, I don't recognize the foot as a sexual
Fuck
entity
no.
myself either. I mean, I know that there's people that are disgusted by feet. There's people that are turned on by feet. I don't really care. I'm not interested in either. I'm apathetic, but yeah, it's just, it seems like it's a much harder path to go down, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like wrestling. Like, when did just regular,
Grab a hold.
why do we have to spot monkey everything up?
Yeah.
Harper
Boredom.
makes some good points.
Hungry people don't have time to be spot monkeys.
Well, okay.
Speaking of people, Rick's out here about to devour 3 whole bitches.
Yeah, before I go there, Harper, do you have anything else from Sullivan?
Well, we know he likes being slapped.
Yes. Just as much as you like circle, dot. Let's go to Ric Flair here.
Ass. Always goes back to ass.
Here we go, Rick.
Back, ladies and gentlemen, I can't say this is the toughest duty that I've ever had. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat will be out here in just a few moments. I'm assuming you're going to be here to provide some color commentary.
Oh, Ricky the Dragon! Eat your heart out, pal! You got less than 24 hours, buddy! Look at it! Learn to love it! Woo! Because if you ask these girls, they're going to tell you very honestly, it's the best thing going today. And tomorrow, buddy, Nashville, Tennessee, you're going to walk that aisle as the world's greatest wrestler for...
Keep watching that girl over his right shoulder with the black hair. She's high as fuck and trying to convince everybody she's not high.
Okay, I went back 10 seconds because...
okay. Harper, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Watch her.
So, here, I'm going to go back a little bit further. Okay, now watch her. That's a good point, Doc,
She's high, and she's trying to be like, if I don't act high, they won't know.
All right, let's go back. Here it is.
I love it. Woo! Because if you ask these girls, they're going to tell you very honestly, it's the best thing going today. And tomorrow, buddy, Nashville, Tennessee, you're going to walk that aisle as the world's greatest wrestler for the last time. Because tomorrow night, when I bust open that Hyatt Regency with Michelle and Christy and Leanne, they're all going to be calling me champ once again. Woo!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go up to the ring and Rhubarb Joe's.
He should have said when he was busting open them guts.
Dude, she is high.
I think she's just happy. She's like, oh my God, I'm on national television. Smile.
I don't know.
My mother said I would never amount to anything.
Where do you think she's at now, Harper?
Did he marry her?
No.
That's not the one?
It's a fair question.
It's a fair question, but she's no. That's not feet of maid.
Man, yeah, where in the fuck? What do you think she's doing? You think she's like a retired nurse now or something?
With the eyelashes on her Nissan Altima?
Yeah, she went to like Georgia Southern, got a dental assistant degree or something, and she's retired now. Yeah, driving what the fuck was she? Should be driving like a little Honda, a CRV, fucking SUV, going to Bed Bath and Beyond.
Superpower strikes again.
Wondering why she can't find a man to settle down with.
Yeah. I don't need no man to satisfy me.
Right.
And then later that night, she's fucking getting her tonsils punched out by a dick.
Oh,
Come on, you see?
what the hell? Grow up. God.
This from the guy who at 3:45 today said, hey, make sure you're extra filthy tonight. We need to spice this thing up.
That's
Never
nice.
said that. Doc, your thoughts on Flair talking about the few ladies he's going to get down with at the Hyatt after the winning back to strap
He's
tomorrow night?
he's gonna root their uteruses after he's back in his rightful spot as the champ.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
what's going to happen.
That's what he says. So we'll have to
Yeah.
stay tuned and see what happens on the pay-per-view. tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT. If you want to know if Rick is going to the Hyatt with all those ladies he just had on air with him right there. Any other thoughts, Doc?
Again, it's going to be for the title, and I'm ready to see it again.
That's right.
Yeah.
We'll keep going. Third time's a charm. Again, we'll talk about it on the pay-per-view. Wrestle War 89. Be out in a few days. Ricky Steamboat defeats Lee Scott in the next match. I have got nothing from it. The champ gets a win before going into the pay-per-view. Doc, any thoughts?
The champ looks good. He's here to show you why he's there. My question is this. Has there ever been, and I'm ready to take yes, but has there ever been a bigger discrepancy between in-ring talent and having no mic skills than Steamboat?
Yes. And I'll give you an example.
Chris
What?
Benoit,
Nope.
Bret Hart.
Bobby
No.
Eaton could not talk, but was
There you
one of the greatest
That's
workers of
true.
all time.
That's a good one. Is Steamboat in the conversation?
Yes.
I mean, the only reason you're noticing it more is because he doesn't have a manager. Bobby Eaton had a manager.
Yeah.
But Bobby
That's
Eaton
fair.
was not a talker.
Bobby
But
Eaton is probably the all-time. Yeah.
Bobby Eaton's one of the goddamn greatest ever.
Has he ever done podcasts?
Bobby? No.
Yeah.
I don't think he likes to talk much.
I don't think he does either.
He just doesn't really say too much. I mean, it's just kind of his thing, Not a man of many words, but a man who was great in the
Look at
ring.
this shithead. This guy's in a ring with fucking Steamboat as a champion. What do you think he's doing now? Yeah.
Smoky Mountain Wrestling. Get some
That's right.
jobs there. I don't know what Lee Scott's doing now. Who knows? DM Harper if you know. There you go. Don't DM Lance. All right, Doc. We'll keep going. We got Dr. Death up next versus Animal. We heard about this last week in a designated hitter match.
Oh God.
This had to be something to please Ted Turner because of the Braves, I would think. I don't know. So the rules in this match, as we go to it in a second on the video version, is while sitting on a bar stool, the other guy will punch you, and the first person to get knocked out is the loser.
This sounds like somebody pulling a rib on whoever gets hit first.
Well, they never get to the point of punching each other.
But would you have trusted this stipulation going in as a wrestler?
No. Fuck no.
Well, I mean,
Well,
yeah, if I knew the angle that was being called here and what the spot, I mean, yeah, I wouldn't know. If it was, I mean, these guys know each other. They know nobody's going to clock each other. But I don't know. It just, I understand why they did not this particular thing with the bar stool and the not DH, but I understand why they kind of did this. You couldn't really have them wrestle because they're about to go into the pay-per-view and wrestle. So you can't have any kind of like real match, I think, because then you're giving something away on free TV. So they do this thing real quick, and Animal sits on the damn stool, and Dr. Death just clotheslines him, and that leads to a brawl with all the guys, and that's it.
I was just thinking that this is going to go poorly for Animal because Dr. Death is so good at real shoot fights.
Well, I mean, you got something there. I don't know.
I mean, what does this have to do with baseball?
Designated hitter, just a name has to do with baseball, nothing else.
That's fucking stupid.
That's fucking dumb.
I'm not saying this is baseball-esque. I'm saying the name they had to get from Turner. Or Turner's like, hey, do a designated hitter thing or do something. Or maybe Jim Hurd, the idiot, is trying to impress Turner. And so he's like, we're going to do a designated hitter. We're going to have Dr. Death sit on a bar stool and Animal do the same thing.
This is stupid. Why would you let someone just hit you like that?
That's what I'm talking about, especially these big bastards.
And so they got one bar stool in a ring, right?
Yes.
So you sit there and then you take the hit and then you get up and you think there'll be two stools. They'll be sitting across from each other doing this shit.
Harper, you're trying to make sense out of a Jim Hurd.
God, this is fucking dumb.
Salty Harper.
Designated hitter.
Doc, you got any thoughts on this? I mean, we just watched it on the video.
I can't wait till next week when they got the fucking relief pitcher match.
Right.
That's going to be fucking awesome.
Yeah, sure will.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Doc, you got anything else before I go to the Warriors promo?
You got a lot of talent you're putting in bad positions there.
Thank you, Jim Hurd. Let's go to the Road Warriors after all this went down and listen to what they got to say.
The Road Warriors in this designated hitter situation.
Hey, Jim Ross, what kind of garbage is that? You can't even do nothing fair, varsity club. You're a couple of chickens. I can't say what I want to on TV, but you ain't got no guts. And tomorrow night, you're gonna be lucky to ever wrestle again. Nashville, Tennessee. That's the end of the varsity club.
All right, fans, tomorrow afternoon, the World Championship will be on the line. There'll be 4 big animals in the ring to settle it once and for all, and we'll be back. Don't go away. We'll be back in a moment.
All right, thoughts on the Road Warriors, Doc?
They don't have their titles, and they just got done in. How could this end well?
Yeah, stay tuned. That's the part of it that I like. It's like they did that dumb stuff, which they didn't really have to do. But
the cliffhanger is still, what are they going to do to these guys when they get a hold of them in a couple of days?
yeah, that was the part that I liked. Harper, what about you? Anything else?
Short and sweet.
Amen.
Yeah.
Speaking of short and sweet, Ricky Steamboat cuts a short and sweet promo. My notes, it was okay. And I'm gonna leave it at that. Doc, you?
It's okay. It was fine.
Yeah. Harper, any other thoughts before I go to the next match?
Yeah, I mean, what do you want me to say?
What do you want him to
I
say,
agree.
Mike?
I agree. It was okay. You can say the same thing as us.
Yeah.
Well, we go to the next match on the card as a fast forward, and we got Ric Flair. He's going to defeat Dwayne Bruce with the figure 4. Now, this match obviously is nothing. I mean, it's Flair versus Dwayne Bruce. You know Flair's going to win.
There
Steamboat
she
is on. There's the woman we were just looking at that was high. Steamboat is on commentary during this match, and he is throwing shade and salt on Ric Flair's game. Steamboat doesn't like Flair, saying how he's going to sleep with a few women if Flair wins the title back from Steamboat. Steamboat says, win or lose, I'm going home to my wife and kid. And all I can think is, God, every single man, which there are a lot of single men that watch wrestling, and let's be real here. Every single man watching this must have been thinking, God, that sounds boring. You're going to go home to your wife and kid, and this guy's going to the Marriott with these women. Hold on, I got to get back to it. Wait. Let me go back.
That girl in red looks extra dumb.
Which one? Go back.
Right there.
I'm not saying that there's a time when it should have been the one that you target.
But Doc, can I go? I'm not commenting on these women. Can I go back to what Steamboat said?
The one on the right looks like she could type at least 45 words a minute. But she doesn't like to because it messes up her nails. The one on the left is high, and the one in the middle is just dumb. She's my favorite.
And Flair kisses them before his match. Okay.
Why not, man? Get a little sugar going, you know?
What did you think about Steamboat's commentary, Doc?
I don't care.
Okay.
It doesn't
Harper,
matter. I mean, he's playing up the angle he's been given. What do you want him to do? Say,
I'm not saying he wasn't.
What's he supposed to say? I really wish that I could join Rick back at the hotel, win or lose.
I'm not blaming him.
Going home to my wife afterwards.
He's like, man, I don't know how the logistics work, but I'd like to stick it in her butt while Rick sticks it in the front end.
Okay, stop.
You see?
Well, he's not supposed to say that stuff.
I'm not blaming Steamboat. You're missing my point. What I was saying was every freaking single male out there listening to this is like, man, what Ric Flair said seems great. What Steamboat's saying, I don't know about that, bro. I think I'd rather go to the Hyatt.
So how did they get around that? Should they have had Flair make fun of his kid, or should they have had Flair push his wife? I mean,
just don't bring him up.
Right, Harper's on it. Just do not talk about your wife and kid.
No one has ever brought up their wife and their fucking children as long as we've been watching this.
I'm not disagreeing with y'all. I'm in violent agreement. But weren't we to the point? And I'm saying that the kid, Harper, you're right. That made it worse. Just calm down. But by 89, Rick having women and the horsemen and the clothes and the lifestyle, wasn't anybody who was up against him just about going to be a heel?
No, you can be a clean-cut babyface like Steamboat is, but don't bring up Don't bring up the wife and kids and strolling the wife out into the studio with you and down the aisle and at the Clash of the Champions and all the things they did where she's out there walking with him to the ring with a gown on.
That's where I think that's where they left money on the table a couple of years earlier with Morton. They should have had Rick have some of these girls and Morton steal a couple of them. That would have been awesome. Having them fight over some broads and the title.
Okay, well, maybe so, but the point is,
I'm not
if you
arguing
think about
against what y'all are saying. I get it. Nobody wants to come home to their wife and kids. I get
no,
that.
you just made a good point. Talking about Ricky Morton, the appeal to the Rock and Roll Express was the girls loving them, like that was part of it. So he just emasculated himself by having his wife out there and kid out there. Like, it didn't need to be a part of the trilogy. It's horrendous. And what makes it so good, the whole angle is they overcame that stupidity. That's something that needs to be made a point of. They overcame that stupidity. Right, Harper? Or are you going to say something like that?
Yeah, I just feel like it's like saying, after I won this match.
Oh,
Did we
God.
lose him?
Is there another hurricane down there?
He's on. Did you mute yourself, Harper? Did you hit the button? We can't hear you.
Yeah. It's like saying, we're going to go to Chili's after I win this match, and afterwards we're going to Baskin Robbins, and my kid's going to get the ice cream and the little bat and helmet, and we're going to celebrate that way. America.
I'm with Harper. They just didn't have to do it.
I'm with y'all, too. I don't like this.
As we complain, it's the best angle for the year.
No, I don't know about that. It had the best matches, but the best angle's about to pop up.
Okay. Well, we'll keep going. Harper, did you have any other thoughts on Steamboat's commentary?
No, it's so dull. No one wants to hear you going back to your wife. No one wants to hear that.
That's right. They want to hear Harper going to his girl, a circle, after the podcast.
That's why we talk about Harper's escapades and not Mike and I's.
Yeah.
That's a great point. So what happens when Harper gets married? Man, we're screwed.
No, it'll be the same thing because, you see, the thing is, y'all have kids.
Oh, okay. That's true.
Yeah, that's the problem.
That's the differentiator.
The problem.
You
hear that, Mike? The problem.
That's the problem.
That's the differentiator.
Yeah.
You can't expect him to understand. He doesn't have kids.
Yeah,
True.
Exactly.
Okay.
Because we'll fuck all the time because we won't have kids. Like, there's no kids around.
Well, that's nice, Harper. Thank you for.
We could just do whatever the fuck we want.
They're just sitting around, day drinking on a Wednesday in the middle of the day, and you're like,
yeah.
hey.
This is how it works.
Hop on
Sopranos. Fuck.
That's nice.
Hit pause. Skip intro. Next episode. Sopranos. Fuck. You want to get something to eat? Yeah. Eat.
Wow.
Sopranos. Fuck. That's how it works.
Okay.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
Let's go to Teddy. Let's go to Teddy Long on that note. Teddy Long's got something to say. Former general manager.
Ladies and gentlemen, our television championship match will be coming up in just a few moments, but as many of you saw on our last week's program, Executive Vice President of the World Championship Wrestling Organization, Jim Herd, fired Teddy Long here last week. Now, I hate to hear that you're unemployed. I didn't lose any sleep over it, but be that as it may, you've asked for some time, and we're going to give it to you.
Listen, Jim Ross, let me say one thing right now. First of all, you're getting this interview started out wrong, okay? I'm a professional, and you're a professional. So, you're Mr. Ross to me, and I'd better be Mr. Long to you.
Okay. All right, I'll go along with it, Mr. Long.
Now, I am out here to protest the decision of Jim Herd and the National Wrestling Alliance. Now, why was I fired? I haven't broke any rules. I haven't done anything.
The reason you were fired, let me see, does the word incompetence come to mind? Does the word someone that doesn't abide the rules come to mind? How about the fastest count in wrestling? Does that come to mind?
Are you trying to question my ability as a referee or as I was a former referee? But as you can recall, Jim Ross, Rick Steiner would not be the world television champion today if it had not been for me. Who was the referee of that match?
Well, Rick Steiner's not the television champion today. Sting is. He's going to wrestle in a few moments.
Well,
what about Chicago? You going to talk about your one good call with the Ricky Steamboat match to keep your job?
That's exactly right. Ricky Steamboat would not be world heavyweight champion today if it had not been for me. What about my family? How am I going to feed my kid and my wife now that I'm out of a job?
Well, you should have thought about that when you were fast counting everybody down. What are you trying to allude to? You been framed or something?
That's exactly right. I've been framed by Jim Hurd and the National Wrestling Alliance for no reason at all. I haven't done anything.
It sounds like sour grapes to me. I think you've almost run out of time here.
Hey, listen, I've got one thing to say, okay? You're going to be sorry. Jim Hurd, the National Wrestling Alliance is going to be sorry. And most of all these people out here that called in and stooged on me and booed me, they're going to be sorry too. You understand that?
All right, that's enough from Teddy Long fans. Let's go back up to Rhubarb Jones.
Well, Teddy Long's a little upset. Doc, what did you think right there?
Well, I just want to know where he shops. What shop would he get something like that at?
Get what?
Soul Train Fashions in New Orleans.
What, his suit? A tuxedo?
Yeah.
And then where would he go next? Once he got that, where would he go show that off? Down at Shishi's, right?
Shishi's.
Bruh, I'd have seen dudes like Teddy and Shishi's before.
Fuck, really?
Dressed
Yeah,
like
wear
that?
sweatpants.
Yeah. Nah, man, I mean, you got some dudes walking there looking all scraggly, but then you got dudes walking there dressed up.
What this tells me is that Teddy's been wasted in the ring wearing the zebra uniform. He's got some skills here. He put Mr. Ross right in his place. You better be addressing me right.
Yeah.
Doc.
This is the come up.
Looks just like Scraps, doesn't he?
Right, it ain't even funny.
Harper, are you there? It sounds like you were breaking up on us.
No, I'm here.
Okay.
He's there. What's wrong?
I'm here.
He's there.
Sound like he was fake.
Oh, no.
Here we go. Rip Morgan.
With his best friend.
The sheep hurt. Wait, no.
That's Sheik. It's Rip Morgan versus Sting for the NWA TV title. JR reminds us during this match that the Oak Ridge Boys will be in concert tomorrow at the big Wrestle War pay-per-view.
Christ.
Bro.
Okay.
Let me give this away because I'm going to talk about it in a couple of days on the patron side. Harper, name one other song these motherfuckers ever sang.
Elvira.
Yeah. Name one other song.
That's it.
Yep.
It's like your boy that did that. What's his name? Proud to be an American. It's like that guy.
Pete Greenwood.
Yeah. Whatever.
Name another song.
That's it.
Achy Breaky Heart. Billy Ray Cyrus. Name another song.
No.
But we're going to pay these guys money instead of the talent to come perform. And we're going to try to not be a Southern promotion, but we're going to Nashville with a banjo on the graphics, and we're going to have the Oak Ridge Boys play. But we don't want you to think of us as Southern wrestling. We're national.
Yeah, whatever.
Get the fuck out of here.
I know, huh? The Oak Ridge Boys. They were big probably about 7 years.
7 or 8 years.
Yeah. Like they were like the Dukes of Hazzard years.
This is like 80 to 82 was their realm. And now in 1989,
where's George Strait at? He was probably the biggest guy back then.
And he would have said, nah, brah.
Yeah. He would have been in his ranch in Texas. Fuck you.
You want to pay me how much?
Yeah.
He was like,
y'all want me to come to Nashville for that? I'll be over in Amarillo, you know?
Yeah, Amarillo by morning, motherfucker.
That's right.
I think I heard Shivani talk about this, and he was like, why the hell did we bring them?
Why? Because here's the thing. It ain't even like they had a slew of hits that are old. They had one hit.
It was almost 10 years ago.
I mean, okay, to Harper's point, you want to bring it, because I think by this point, Alabama was probably a little bit past their prime. But
they were still big.
But they had a shit ton of songs that people knew.
I'm trying to see. 89. Who
you know what? Okay,
who would have been like a mid-major hit.
Hey, you know what year the Oak Ridge Boys started?
Oh God, probably in the 60s.
Okay, that's what I would have said. They were started in 1947.
Jesus Christ! That's 2 years after World War II. Holy shit!
Harper just did a Polly Walnut. Son of a bitch!
Now, here's the other thing, Brad. They had 3 hits in the 80s, they say. Elvira was in 81. So your point was, you were right. Bobby Sue, I've never heard that.
Whatever.
And American Made.
I think I remember that.
Don't ask me if I remember anything besides Elvira.
And wasn't that Hogan's entrance music in WCW?
No.
American Made, something like that.
No.
Oak Ridge Boys. Cause they're probably sitting in fucking Branson, Missouri. It's like, hey.
Well, they were formed in Oak Ridge, Tennessee.
Imagine how much they paid the Oak Ridge Boys to be there that night.
Cause there's 5 of them, isn't there?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to see. Keep talking.
This is riveting. Talking about the Oak Ridge Boys. Let me say
I'd rather subject our fans to listening to us talk about the Oak Ridge Boys than any of us having to watch the Oak Ridge Boys. Fuck that.
Well, what I was going to say
they're still
was,
around, huh? Technically.
Oh God. When you said that, I just said, oh God. So here's the thing. Sting wins this match, but it looks real weird. After the match, Iron Sheik attacks Sting with Morgan's help, and Sheik puts the camel clutch on Sting. Break his back, humble him, fuck him up the ass. Rick Steiner helps save Sting, and this is leading up into Sting versus the Iron Sheik at Wrestle War 1989 tomorrow night.
It's just a good match.
So I'm on their talent management page.
Giddy up, boom, bop, boom, bop.
Well, the first question is, they're not going to give the price, but will they do a virtual event during COVID?
So they're still performing 2020.
Yeah, no.
They're open to it.
They're open to it. Okay.
But
Sheik.
You'd have to
the Oak Ridge Boys. The Oak Ridge Boys. Get humbled. Fuck up the ass. Fuck them.
Okay. In 2020 numbers, 40 years past 38 years past their prime, they're going to charge you $40,000 to $75,000 for a show.
Jesus Christ, huh? Well, there's 5. How many are still alive though? Because they had the guy with the mustache.
Here's the thing. But none of those guys were around in 47. They established the brand and then brought guys in, so it can always be going. But I think the main 80s guys are still there.
That's crazy, huh?
What a mess.
Yeah.
I gotta go piss. Y'all talk about this shit. I'm fucking, my prostate's swollen thinking about the damn Oak Ridge Boys.
I don't know how to describe the pinfall, but Sting does beat Rip Morgan. It looked like a botch, and like I said, Iron Sheik comes out, and jumps Sting at the end, and that leads to their match coming up tomorrow. This was a good match, though. Good competitive match.
It was fun to watch.
Yeah, it was. It was fun. They got out there, competed, and they got some heat on Sting after the match, and it's going to lead to Sheik versus Sting tomorrow night at the pay-per-view. So look at Sheik put the camel clutch on. Any other thoughts,
Harper? Rip Morgan.
Well, he did. He ended up in Smokey for the tag team tournament. I know he did that. So he was around. I mean, into the 90s. Beyond that, I don't know a lot about his career, to be honest.
Yeah.
All right. So, Harper, any other thoughts before we go to the next promo?
This is a fun little watch to match. Fun little match to watch.
Yeah, they were good.
Yeah.
And I thought it worked well, like what they're going to do with Sting. I mean, like I said, Sting is going to wrestle Iron Sheik.
Yeah, dude.
I still say
he's looking good, huh?
He's ripped and he's got his fucking elbows right under his chin there. Rip Morgan's underrated, I'm telling you.
Yeah, I think he is.
He'll be with Jack Victory soon in the militia. So there you go. We'll get to that shortly. Now, let's go to Bob Orton and Gary Hart. And like our buddy Robert Silva says, Gary Hart is a brother. Just listen to him here.
Tomorrow, the bull rope match in Nashville with Bob Orton tied to one end, Dick Murdoch to the other, that cast iron cowbell in the middle. It is indeed a serious weapon. We're going to show you what happened on the program last week, but I know you've got some comments to make.
I've got some comments about a redneck back-jumping Dickie Murdoch. Well, when we get to Nashville, brother, there ain't gonna be no back-jumping. Ain't gonna be walking down no dark hall for a phone call that some phony set me up. And if I found out for sure, I'm gonna change your face. But talking about faces, what Bob Orton is gonna do to you, Murdoch, is true justice and true revenge. And when it's over and you're laid out, I'm coming in and I'm gonna put the boots to you. And it ain't nothing nobody can do about it. For you to think for 1 second that you're gonna jump me in a hallway and make me an article of ridicule on national television, I don't go for it. I'm not standing it. And in Nashville, we'll settle the score. Ain't it right, Bob?
That's right. You see, Dickie Murdoch, it is better to have tried and failed to not have tried at all. But you see, you keep trying and losing. You know why, Murdoch? Because you're not the man I am. You're not the wrestler I am. That's why every time I leave the ring, you're laying there behind me. Well, after what you done, boy, showing them guts of yours, a lot of guts, to bring out a 3-pound cowbell, and try to rip Gary Hart's head off with it. Gary, I'll bring you a pair of brand new boots. What size do you wear, 10.5?
All right, in case you forgot what happened last week.
You shut up.
In case you forgot, we'd like to show you the videotape.
You remember very well how it was set up, don't you?
I didn't.
Yeah, you were part of it.
Let's watch the
You're lucky
tape.
we don't whip on you.
So they go to a replay of last week with Murdoch and Orton getting some heat on each other and Murdoch beating up Gary Hart outside the ring. Well, before we go to the next part of the promo, Harper, you got anything from Bob Orton and Gary Hart right there? Bob Orton's damn good. Oh, yes. Bob Orton
I think he looks
great.
better here than he did in, 5-6 years prior in fucking WWE, if F or whatever.
These two guys look like what I was talking about earlier. Two guys that ain't interested in the art. They're just interested in convincing you that they want to beat the shit out of each other. And they both look legit enough to do it.
Yeah, bro, you ain't got to convince me of that. I don't know back then if people were high on this or how people feel about it now, but I can tell you right now, these two shit kickers they're about that action, boss. Like
I would imagine that this ages a lot better than it was considered at the time.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I think so too, because there's nothing fancy here. This is just two old school tough bastards that are gonna go at it.
Right. I mean, this is no different than in '85 when we had Ron Bass versus somebody, or, this is a hearkening back to that.
All right, well, let's go to the second part of the promo before we end up closing things out on this week. We got a couple more things to go, but this is the second part of Gary Hart and Bob Orton.
There's a little review just to kind of refresh your memory, Mr. Hart.
We're going to refresh your memory, Murdoch, when we get to Nashville, and Junkyard Dog, the great mysterious Muta, will take care of you. Do it to him, brother.
Oh, I'll do it. I'm going to leave Dickie Murdoch hanging. And Gary, you can stomp his face up. What we'll do is a Mexican tag dance on his head so he'll feel like he's at home, because I know he goes across the border down south there and drinks that cheap
got
tequila.
a Mexican for a wife. That's the kind of guy.
Come on, now that's enough, ladies and gentlemen. We'll take a look at the dynamic dudes when we return.
What do you say? He's got a Mexican for a wife?
Yes.
That's nice.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
No, okay, so let's clarify for people that didn't quite understand.
I mean, as long as they're across the border before the wall gets finished, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
Bob Orton said, we're going to do a Mexican tap dance on his head so that he feels like he's at home when his wife does that.
Oh,
and
that's real I like that. That sounds like something from Smoky Mountain Wrestling.
And then Hart says, that's right, his wife's Mexican. And all of a sudden, then they start going on a tirade about, yeah, he crosses the border and drinks that cheap Mexican tequila. Like, they just went off at the end of that right there. Not really, yeah. Oof. That was a rough one. But, okay, I liked it. You know, hey, they're getting heat. And look, these two old brawlers are going to go at it at the pay-per-view, Doc.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait.
Mm-hmm.
Any other thoughts before we keep going?
Mm-hmm. No.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
How come this show's taking so long?
Because we're having fun. We're almost done. We get this video package of the Dynamic Dudes. And the music that they're playing is dubbed over. I'll have to play y'all the original. I can't play it because I'll get a copyright strike on YouTube. I'll play it for y'all after. The Dynamic Dudes.
Right. How is this any different than Lance and Jericho and Smoky Mountain?
I don't know. I think Lance and Jericho
Rock
was
in
more
America.
entertaining.
Rock in America, is that what it was?
What the fuck is that?
They fed the suicidal bear at the Pigeon Forge.
Remember when Lance Storm and Jericho were at the arcade and shit? And
playing the skeet ball and shit.
Yeah, this.
Yeah, this is the same thing.
Yeah, but there's no suicidal bear.
Yeah, throwing a bear fucking food and shit.
They were throwing Cheetos to the bear.
Out on the back streets.
I feel the heartbeat.
We're gonna rock America. Bow, bow, bow.
Yeah. Danger. What was the band called?
Danger.
Danger.
Dude, I will never forget Harper talking about that bear.
That poor bear.
Harper used to sing that all the time, though.
Out on the back streets.
Yeah.
I hear heartbeat.
He did Gomer Pyle to that.
That's true.
Sing it, Harper.
Yeah.
Bring back Gomer Pyle, please.
Sing it as the Sheik.
Let me tell a story. Out on back street, I feel heartbeat. I fuck up the ass. Oh, that's not words of song, Doc. I don't know words. We're going to rock America, but Sheik going to rock the.
Wow.
Right.
I thought you would say you're going to rock America.
All right.
So we got Shane and Johnny in the ring here.
Yeah, we got Shane and Johnny in the ring, the Dynamic Dudes. They're going to defeat George South and the Raider. Johnny Ace. Doc, you want to care to take a guess at how old Johnny Ace is here?
28.
Nope.
He's older, huh?
Yeah, he's older.
33.
30?
He is 36, going on 37 right here.
Damn.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
You are a complete and utter idiot.
What?
Johnny Ace was 27 right there. 26.
Oh, did I calculate it wrong?
Yes, he was born in 62. This is 89.
You carried the one.
Jesus Christ. Don't you know from your homeschooling, they don't do the carry the one anymore?
Oh, really?
Yeah, they don't. It's God, Harper.
What's it called now?
It's the Common Core math, and you can't just fucking line up two numbers on top of each other and add them up.
So what do you do?
You got to break them up. You got to figure out 4 different ways to calculate it.
That's fucking bullshit.
Tell me about
Harper. Dude,
hey, let me tell you. No, shut up, Mike. Let me give you a piece of advice now that you're in a relationship. You get that girl of yours on the pill, and you pull out. Because the schools ain't reopening until this pandemic's over, and you ain't trying to teach fucking daytime.
Oh, God.
Because
so basically,
every way that you know to do math right now is wrong.
Bro.
So it's like back in so they say, hey, if I want to get from New Orleans and Houston, I get on the I-10. And now they say, no, that's wrong. You got to go around here and take the highway and take this and then go down this highway. But wait, why don't you just go down I-10? No, that's fucking wrong. That's how it is.
I have been through it now with 2 kids, and I can tell you, trying to,
It's like,
because like, I could explain to them.
I look at him and I'm like, they teach you what? He's like, yeah. And I get frustrated. He's like, you mad at me? And I'm like, no.
Harper, the first time this happened to me, I was like, how did you get that? And I was like, all you got to do is this. He's like, well, they don't teach it like that. Right. And I'm like, you went all those steps to get that number? Right. And bruh, I'm not trying to knock teachers nowadays, but I'll be goddamn if it's not 100% harder.
No shit, bruh.
I can't even explain how they do it.
You can give me any 2 numbers under 100 and I can add them instantaneously and give you the right answer. If you give 2 to my 3rd grader, he's got to go through all these fucking gyrations and he probably is going to get the right answer, but it's like, why did that take so long?
You could take 30 minutes to get there.
I'm checking my watch. I'm like, I got shit to do. Are you done? No, I'm still working on it. Oh. It's true, Harper. It's terrible.
Oh, God.
Yeah, you need to you need to make sure you pull out, okay?
Thoughts and prayers.
Thoughts and lots of prayers.
Speaking of thoughts and prayers, I just saw something I did not want to see on my computer. Mike, we're going to have to make sure that Silva can join us on Friday. Co-founder of Kool and the Gang, Robert Ronald Bell, died today.
Okay. I'm sure he'll be okay.
He's a big R&B guy, dude.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
I can't help it if I'm looking out for the JV. You don't give a shit about them. You're like, they're the 2nd string. Fuck them. They'll show up when they're told.
You should have heard Steven Javorsky on the Steven Javorsky's in a live chat talking about Silva, and he's just playing heel. And he says, oh, God, Silva's on again. Jesus Christ, we got to deal with this guy. And Javorsky goes, doesn't he need to go make me some empanadas?
Jesus. That does sound good, though.
It's like, Jesus Christ.
So are we done with this episode? Because I am.
Yeah, the Dynamic Dudes won, and then we saw a video package of Steamboat and Flair from all the matches they've had so far as we lead up into Wrestle War 89, Music City Showdown, pay-per-view, May 7th. 4 p.m. Central Time, 5 p.m. Eastern. If you want that review, it's tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT, where we're going to record that pay-per-view. tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT. Okay. Doc, we got to do a rating and Rolex. You want to go first? Why don't you rate this thing for us?
I'm going to give it a B+.
Wow. Okay. It was only 41 minutes. That didn't get you an A?
I wrestled between A- and B+, and I ended up with B+.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go A- because 41 minutes, you're already over with me, brother.
Yeah,
like Hulk Hogan actually said that'll work for me, brother. So I'm going with A-. Harper, what you giving it?
You get today. Fucking 41 minutes.
Yeah, that's more time for you to circle, dot. Okay. So we need to do the Rolex. Doc, who are you giving yours to?
Michael Hayes, bruh. I thought he let off the show strong, and I liked it.
Yeah, I'm going to go Michael Hayes, too. He did lead off very strong. Harper, who are you giving yours to?
Yeah, Michael P.S. Hayes.
All right. Yeah, we're like the T-Rex right now. I think we're a little bit tuckered out. I wonder how the T-Rex is doing during the pandemic, Doc.
Well, that's a good question because he is not built for this thing.
Bruh, can you imagine what's going on with T-Rex right now? But you know what? Before we get out of here, I want to shout out Our Vantage Point, the Retro Wrestling Podcast with Joe Murata and Michael Quinn, the northern version of BTT. Slightly classier, a little bit more professional, but still fun nonetheless. They support us. Please support them. Check them out. Also, check out the Bottom Line Cast with Mike Prue and JV. They do our ECW show on our Patreon feed, but they also do a podcast on the career of Stone Cold Steve Austin. So check out Mike and JV and enjoy their show. It's called the Bottom Line Cast. Doc, anything else before we get out of here?
Nah. Brah.
All right. Well, Harper, you got anything?
No.
Circle, dot time, right?
Yep.
All right.
Hit the tagline, Harper. Let's go home.
Shoutouts.